Your work is dignified. Symbol of one people. Taught us to be strong. So despite our struggles, your work will carry on. And on and on and on. So sad that you are gone. A gem of the Caribbean. A hero quite none has seen. A humble son of the soil. In service to one and all. You shaped our history. Gave us a cultural identity. You gave us that victory. Now we stand as one people, one culture. Forever unity. Raise the flags up high. Live in this case of love. You labored for your country. Your work is dignified. Symbol of one people, one people. To be strong. So despite our struggle, your work will carry on. And on and on.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Dominica's Prime Minister calls for the Caribbean to remain a zone of peace. 3 people dead in Jamaica as the strongest storm of the year, Hurricane Melissa, approaches the island. And news from the international scene: a Russian energy company has announced plans to sell its foreign assets following the latest sanctions imposed by the US and the UK. Details of the morning news right after this.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy, Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The news this morning brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., Petro Caribe, and HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story. Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has encouraged the Caribbean to add its voice against any threat of war in the region. His statement at the delegates conference of the Barbados Labour Party on Sunday came as tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela escalate. The U.S. has continued to deploy military assets near Venezuela.
This world, this Caribbean, must continue to be a zone of peace. We do not want any wars in our region. We solve problems by discussion, by dialogue, with diplomacy, and we sometimes have to agree to disagree, but we must do so peacefully and with respect for each other. Because if a war breaks out in the Caribbean, we will have some serious challenges in our respective countries. And we have an opportunity to prevent this from happening by adding our voices, that reason prevail and common sense come to our being, and let us work out our problems together. And of course, we in Barbados and Dominica, and indeed the wider Caribbean, offer ourselves as intermediators so that we can bring the two forces together, and let us understand that there can be common sense and agreement and disagreement, but we have to ensure that we do not have a situation of our region descending into turmoil.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit speaking at the delegates conference of the Barbados Labour Party on Sunday. Cadence Calypso icon Gordon Henderson says he was elated with the performance of his band at this year's World Creole Music Festival. He says his selection to perform this year was a dream come true.
I am still very happy to have been selected, but probably I will sound like boasting if I say that I was not surprised. I was not surprised, but I am overwhelmed. Well, this year I had 45 minutes, which I respected to the letter. What I did is I brought in a team that I've not had the opportunity of bringing in before. 3 lovely lady singers, because I'm very concerned about musicality. They sing, they harmonize. I brought in 3 excellent horn players from Finland, because we have worked together in the past. I've been around for over 50 years, so I've worked with many.
And that's the Cadence Calypso icon Gordon Henderson. He says Dominicans should be proud about the World Creole Music Festival.
25 years is a matter of longevity, so the festival has become like, for those who know Coachella, it's somewhat of a Coachella, because people don't look for what we call the lineup to book their tickets to come. They come because of the reputation of this experience. They know it's going to be good. There's something that I noticed this year. The local musicians, they have jobs for about a month. I will explain. I remember events preceding the 3 nights of pulsating rhythms, and a few days after, because it's Independence time in Dominica, we used to call these events fringe events. I never really liked, but now the World Creole Music Festival is a month of festivity that coincides with Creole month, October. So in terms of benefits, financial and otherwise, it has hit a milestone.
And that's the Cadence Calypso icon Gordon Henderson. Meantime, leader of the Burning Flames Band of Antigua, Clarence Unku Edwards, says the band's performance at the World Creole Music Festival this year was sufficient to earn a return next year. Edwards says Burning Flames is thrilled by its achievement on the night number 1 of the festival.
The performance in Dominica is just like any other performance with the Burning Flame from the way back. We go back 40 years with Dominica. That's our relationship with Dominica. And after all this time, the people are still very receptive to the Burning Flame, the original Burning Flames. After we stop tonight, the crowd crying, we want more, we want more, we want more. But because of the time, we had to cut. I've seen all the bands tonight. They have a list of songs a set that they follow. No, we just say, look, what we going to start with? Old Faithful? Old Faithful is worky worky. So we usually start either Old Faithful or Chook and Dig. So what happened after the first 3 songs? We just say, okay, worky worky, Chook and Dig, and then One Tanabera. After that, by ear. Watch the crowd, whatever. Because every song we can play is a hit. So, you understand? We just choose them by the tempo. We're doing slow songs, we have this amount of songs we can do slow, and this amount of songs we can do fast. So, whatever the sequence, it works every time because the people know the songs, no matter which sequence they come in. There's no how we can make such an impact, a band or artist to make such an impact, and you don't think about booking them again. I'm very confident that we'll be booked for next year. The festival has grown because we've played Creole Festival before. The festival has grown tremendously over the time that we were absent from Dominica.
And that's the leader of the Burning Flames Band of Antigua, Clarence Unku Edwards. 44 artists performed at the 25th edition of the World Creole Music Festival. Other news this morning, Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Finella Wenham Shepherd, has encouraged students of the North to prepare themselves to take up leadership roles. Her comments came at the Northern District Youth Rally at Portsmouth last week.
I want you to be leaders. Yes, leaders. I want you to dream and to continue to dream the biggest that you have ever dreamed. Today, as you march in unity, dressed in your school colors and filled with purpose, you remind us of something powerful, that the future of Dominica is not a distant dream. It is dynamic. It is walking among us right now. You are the future engineers, artists, scientists, entrepreneurs, and leaders who will conceptualize and shape our communities, our economy, and our culture. Years from now, you'll remember today at the Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth. You'll remember my call for you all to be leaders. But you have to start when? Now.
And that's the Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Finella Wenham Shepherd. Mrs. Shepherd, the Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, advised the students to take advantage of the opportunities being presented in Dominica.
Take the opportunities that come to you, or rather, that are coming to you. Begin to think of the repairs and maintenance work, the expansion of the ports area, the marina, the possibilities with the opening of the international airports. Think of plumbing skills and a degree in that. Think of electrical work and being qualified and skilled in those escalators, elevators, air-conditioned systems, not to mention motor vehicles, electric motor vehicles that will all need your skilled service. Escalators and elevators are becoming part of our mobility culture. We need persons who can become entrepreneurs, providing supply and repair services to these mechanisms.
And that's the parliamentary representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Finella Wenham Shepherd. The Dominica Calypso Association has announced registration for the upcoming season. Here is the public relations officer for the Calypso Association, Peter Leiter.
The 2026 National Calypso Competition kicks off with the eliminations on the 13th of December 2025 at the factory on Valley Road. The Calypso Association is asking all Calypsonians willing to participate in the 2026 National Calypso Competition to come register at Arturo Sports located at the Prevost Cinema Mall. The participation and registration fee is only $50. Well, we anticipate a very interesting 2026 Calypso season. I mean, Calypso goes hand in hand with controversy. And, we started off with some heavy controversy. So let's see what happens for the 2026 season. Promises to be great. New executive, new ideas, new ways of doing things. So let's rumble.
And that's the public relations officer of the Dominica Calypso Association, Peter Leiter. It appears that they're getting set for a new Calypso season in 2026. Conditions are worsening in Jamaica with the strongest hurricane hours from a historic landfall. Weather forecasters say Hurricane Melissa underwent extreme rapid intensification, strengthening to a rare Category 5 with winds of 175 miles per hour and stronger gusts, making it the strongest storm on the planet this year. The storm's outer bands are lashing Jamaica at the moment with tropical storm force winds. Hurricane conditions will arrive in Jamaica later this morning. Melissa has already killed 3 people in Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said last night he has been in contact with many countries and agencies, and they've all been in solidarity with his country. Well, before landfall by early afternoon, the island has not taken a direct hit from a hurricane in over a decade. Mandatory evacuations were ordered for Jamaica, the vulnerable coastal areas. Last night, the Prime Minister has asked the people of the region and abroad to pray for Jamaica this morning. Finally, this morning, Russian energy company Lukoil has announced plans to sell its foreign assets following the latest sanctions imposed by the US and the UK. The firm said in a statement last night that the sale of its assets is being carried out under a wind-down license issued by the Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, which allows for limited transactions for a set period of time. It also indicated that it may seek an extension of the license to ensure the continued operation of its international assets. Washington recently imposed blocking sanctions on Lukoil and Rosneft, along with 34 of their affiliates, as part of President Donald Trump's new measures targeting Russia's energy sector. It is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. The sports report comes up shortly.
Love the white and bright. A cash, pass up to the fight. Tear what salt, Kevin, the washing machine. This yourself, clean and white bleach, me. X2 goes a dash, try something. Clean and white bleach all around them. Who's a 7 to love that guy? Nettoyer, who told guy? Who disinfect bombs on you? Who nettoyer coat, wet twisted? Tell him who voltage, nettoyer tiles. Marine women, clean and white bleach, many had some way. Your vest is as white as snow and your calzone. Blanco keys of piano. Clean and white is the right white.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods, Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. Come on, everyone with me to Petro Caribbean. 250 gallon propane tank, 420 pound propane tank, 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribbean, 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribbean, Petro Caribbean, Petro Caribbean, Petro Caribbean, Petro Caribbean, Petro Caribbean, Petro Caribbean.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
K1 Creole Festival is almost here. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm going to every event and the festival itself.
What? But how are you managing it all?
Easy, with my NBD credit card. Every swipe is a chance to win. NBD. Celebrate 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. 25 years, 25 big wins. Use your NBD credit card or sign up this festival season
for a chance to win exciting prizes. Shop, swipe, win.
Don't have a card yet? Sign up today and join the celebration.
Call 767-255-2337 or email credit@nbd.pm to get started. Hurry, promotion ends November 5th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. Jamaican Rovman Powell says playing his 100th T20 International for the West Indies is due to the hard work and consistency which he has put in over the years. The West Indies victory against Bangladesh in the first T20 International on Monday marked Powell's 100th T20 International for the Caribbean side. Powell was named player of the match for his contribution with the bat, scoring a quick 44 not out in that encounter. He says Monday's win was a team effort.
Not always every day someone gets up and play 100 T20, especially for West Indies. So for me, it shows the hard work that I've done over the duration of my career. And, a lot of credit have to be given to my family, my friends, and everyone who have supported me. Also the players that I've played with over the duration of those 100. So it was very special to get man of the match on my 100 game. I think that is a batting template that I've been using over the last year or two, and I've gotten good success with it. So it's just for me to try my best to get a start and get in the last 5 overs, and then I try to hit as much sixes as possible. Obviously it's a better wicket than what we saw in the 50-over games, But nevertheless, there was still some assistance there for the bowlers. As you can see, it wasn't entirely a run fest. It was just average scores, and But having said that, it was a decent cricket wicket. If you bat properly, you could get some runs, and if you bowl properly, you would get a few wickets. Yeah, that's how it goes. It goes to show that if one of Bangladesh's main batters had stayed at the crease for longer, we'd be under pressure, because it was very wet in the end. But having said that, a lot of credit have to be given to our bowlers. They stick to the plans and they keep picking up wickets at critical times.
And that's Jamaican Rovman Powell. Some track and field news. 7 districts are set to take part in the sports division primary schools independence athletics meet. The championships will be held on Wednesday.
The Sports Division Primary Schools Independence Athletics Championship will take place on Wednesday, 29th October at the Benjamin Park in Portsmouth. 7 districts are down to participate: North, Northwest, West Central, Southwest, South, Southeast, and the Northeast. The event will commence with an opening ceremony at 9:30 a.m., while track and field action will start at 10 a.m. The general public is urged to come out and support the young developing talents of Dominica in their most productive sports internationally. Wednesday, October 29th, 9:30 a.m., Benjamin Park, Portsmouth. Be there.
And that's the sports officer, Godwin Dorset. West Indies bounced back from their one-day international defeat against Bangladesh to pick up a convincing 16-run win in the first T20 international on Monday. Bangladesh in chase of 166, they were bowled out for 149. Tanzim Hassan Saqib top scored with 33. Jason Holder and Jaden Seals picked up 3 wickets each. Akil Hossain took 2, and Carripier and Romario Shepherd getting a wicket each. Earlier, the West Indies posted 165 for 3. When they batted second, they made 165 for 3 in response. Captain Shea Hope scored 46. Rovman Powell made 44 not out. Alec Athanaze added 34, and Brandon King scored 33. So for the West Indies, the captain, Shea Hope, made 46 not out, and Rovman Powell, the man of the match, he got 44 not out. Alec Athanaze added 34, and Brandon King 33. The bowling for Bangladesh, Taskin Ahmed, picked up 2 for 36. Here now is the West Indies captain, Shea Hope.
For sure, I just thought that we assessed the conditions a little bit better today. Obviously.
Yeah, at the end of the innings, I was pleased. It was difficult to start on the wicket for me,
For sure, I just thought that we assessed the conditions a little bit better today. Obviously, we would have wanted a higher score, but I just thought that the wickets in hand gave us that impetus in the back end that we needed. Robin played a brilliant innings at the back end there. It was great to see him, come in and make that impact in his 100th game. So I'm happy to see the way the guys went up today.
Yeah, so did you. We were not quite sure who we were going to give the player of the match to. You led very well. It's nice when everything falls into place, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. When you set a lot of plans, when you have the meetings and everyone comes and execute those same very plans, it's a lot easier, especially as a skipper. You just need to set the fields and everything falls into place. So credit goes to the guys. They raised their hand today in all departments, and I'm happy to see the result that we got today.
And that's the West Indies captain, Shea Hope. Australia have confirmed the captain, Pat Cummins, will not be fit for the Ashes first test match, with Steve Smith set to lead the side in his absence. The fast bowler Cummins has been suffering with a back injury and said earlier in the month he was less than likely to feature in the first test in Perth on November 21. Reports of fitness doubts first appeared in September when Cummins was ruled out of the white ball series against New Zealand and India with a stress fracture. Speaking 2 weeks ago, Cummins said time was beginning to get tight for the first test match because it needed at least a month in the nets in order to be match fit. Finally this morning, Temba Bavuma will be back to lead South Africa's test side in their 2-match series against India next month after recovering from a calf injury. Bavuma missed the start of their World Test Championship title defense against Pakistan after sustaining the injury in England in September. He will not play in any of the white ball matches that start in Pakistan this week, but will be in a South Africa A side to play India A in a first-class match before joining the test squad. Bavuma's inclusion is the only batting change from South Africa's squad that drew 1-1 in Pakistan. The 2-match series will start on November 14 before the second test match from November 22. Well, South Africa will also play 3 one-day internationals and 5 T20s on the tour. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. We'll bring you a news update at 11 o'clock this morning and another major package at 1:15. On behalf of the News and Sports Departments and our link person, Hazari Williams, Curtis Matthew saying good morning.
Joanna, Creole Festival is almost here. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm going to every event and the festival itself.
What? But how are you managing it all?
Easy, with my NBD credit card. Every swipe is a chance to win. Sekosayo Cafe Kote NBD. Celebrate 25 years of the World Creole Music Festival. 25 years, 25 big wins. Use your NBD credit card or sign up this festival season
For a chance to win exciting prizes. Shop, swipe, win.
Don't have a card yet? Sign up today and join the celebration.
Call 767-255-2337 or email credit@nbd.pm to get started. Hurry, promotion ends November 5th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS. It's now 7:31 here on your Nature Isle. The time made possible compliments the good folks of Auto Trade. Auto Trade's newest Changan Hunter is here. Book your test drive today and smart your future. Check them out in the next 29 minutes. Coming up shortly, we bring you your morning's weather report. Just before we do so, would like to remind you of your Kalinago word of the day for today, and that's Bashwa. Bashwa. Your Kalinago word for today, and that's a fish trap, usually a freshwater fish trap. Bashwa, and that's B-A-S-H-W-A. Once again, B-A-S-H-W-A. Bashwa, a freshwater fish trap in Kalinago. Join us tomorrow morning, God willing, here on your nation station for another edition of your Kalinago Word of the Day, made possible compliments the good folks of FRS Express Diesel. Up next, your morning's weather report.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the weather report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
Your morning's weather report made possible compliments of the good folks of Big Edge Financial and Flow Dominica Limited.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face. At least when it comes to your waning finances, you've got the edge. Help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge for those days when you're running low. Big Edge is the place to go. Big Edge, the cash can be in your hand with the easiest payment plan. Cash in a flash.
At this time, we say good morning to Itoma James with this morning's weather report. Good morning.
Good morning. The weather update from the Dominica Meteorological Service at the Douglas Charles Airport for today, Tuesday, 28th October 2025, recorded at 7 a.m. Synopsis: a weak tropical wave is approaching the area. The forecast for today and tonight: partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with a few showers. Winds are expected to be east-southeasterly to east-northeasterly at 10 to 25 km per hour. Conditions at the Douglas Charles Airport were cloudy. Surface winds east-southeasterly at 7 knots or 13 km per hour. The temperature was 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday's